respectfully, but he couldn't wait to throw it in my face when I said, hey, Rogues, it's going to be a long day. Just know that. Because you know what he hit me up for, of course. If the kid's looking for me, he needs something. He needed my password so he could throw it up on the big screen in the dorm so they could all watch. And I said, good news for you, son. I don't have the password. I only go with facial recognition. I don't even know what the password is. Good news for you because you don't want to see that on the big screen. It's going to go badly. He said, uh-huh. Yeah, that's what you said about TCU. Can I have the password, please? I'm like, you'll be thanking me later. And like I said, one drive in, his tone changed dramatically. Did not take long for us to get that answer. Hell no, they could not hang. And I'm not here to come in reverse course. I'm still amazed at what Deion's done with that program. But like I said off the top of the show, in the words of my guy Pat Tillman, that was a nice, swift ass-kicking. Or in the words of Deion himself, that was a good old-fashioned butt-kicking.
Good old-fashioned butt-kicking. No excuses, no nothing. Their coaches did a heck of a job preparing their team. Obviously, we didn't. That was good. I mean, that was a really good old-fashioned butt-kicking.
All true. Well said. Handled that well. But he left one thing out, and he actually did defend this. When somebody said, the talent gap exists, he pushed back pretty hard on that. But the fact of the matter is, the talent gap does exist. The Ducks are just a much better team. The Buffs got their asses beat. It was always going to be a tall order to get over on Oregon without Travis Hunter, or even with Travis Hunter. I mean, it might have been more interesting, but I'm here to tell you, they were not going to win that game even with Travis Hunter. I know how important he is to them. They were not going to beat Oregon even with this guy. Hunter was not the difference in that game. The Buffs just were not ready for that step, and that's not a crackback at all. The fact that they were even 3-0 is still miraculous. But they weren't ready for that challenge. And maybe Oregon had just a little too much jungle karma working. When Dan Lanning was in here on Friday before the game, I definitely got the message that this dude was serious. Then on Saturday, the rest of America found out just how serious. This dude is serious.
Rooted in substance, not flash. Rooted in substance. Today, we talk with our pads. You talk with your helmet, right? Every moment. The Cinderella story is over, man. Right? They're fighting for clicks. We're fighting for wins. There's a difference, right? There's a difference, right? This game ain't going to be played in Hollywood. It's going to be played on the grass, right? It's going to be played on the grass. Let's go.
I mean, I'd say he ripped a page out of Deion's playbook, but that was just Dan Lanning being Dan Lanning. That's who that guy is. And I've got no problem with any of that. I have no problem with any of that. In fact, that was genius. That was genius. It was meeting Deion on Deion's playing field because it's been genius when he's done it. He did it before his team met Deion's team on the actual field. Lanning.
We up? We live? We good? Yeah. Zach, you there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right, man. And we are popping this up on Facebook and YouTube so people can check it out live. And we will air this on our show this afternoon at 4 o'clock.
I'm good.
All right, man. Here we go. Let's head out to the Pirate Radio live line. Joining us, former Pirate, and boy, coming off a great debut year in minor league baseball. He is Zach Agnos joining us on the Pirate Radio live line. Zach, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I appreciate you having me on, and I look forward to chatting.
Yes, sir. And we loved having you on the show during your time here at ECU. And we found a few other personalities since you, Zach, but nothing quite like you, I'll say. JC is an interesting cat, I got to say. We've enjoyed talking to Jacob Jenkins-Coward, getting to know Jake Hunter, Wyatt. Ryan McChrystal is a chatterbox, and old Danny Beal, he's one of a kind. So I don't know if you rubbed off on those guys, but you got some good personalities on this ECU baseball team.
Hey, that's something that we like to have fun with. It's a good group. Like, we like talking about having a good group of guys, and within that group, you want to have some good personalities. And I mean, I know this year's team is nothing short of some personalities on there, but no, they're all good kids. And McChrystal talks a lot, sometimes too much. No, I'm just kidding. We all like to give McChrystal a hard time, but they're all good kids, and I'm excited to watch them this year.
Yep, looking forward to another year of Pirate baseball, and looking forward to seeing what the career holds for Zach Agnos. Just an amazing year, Zach, with the 27 saves and the California League Pitcher of the Year, Reliever of the Year. And Zach, I talked to your former teammates and say, man, this guy, and not that I didn't believe in you, Zach, but you were an everyday shortstop. You're the guy we're counting on at the top of the lineup. Didn't think you'd, set the world on fire with saves in minor league baseball, but just goes to show the player you are and the belief you have in yourself. So how about that turnaround, Zach, from an everyday infielder, top of the lineup guy to focusing solely on closing and the job you did this year?
Oh, gosh.
You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, break it up a little bit. We might have to try them back.
Hello?
Yeah.
Here we go. I'm here.
All right. Did you get the question?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
So anyway, going from shortstop and leading off to closing, so to speak. It was fun. It was different. It was exciting. Compete at that level in the box, yes, but can you still hear me?
I got you about every 7 out of 10 words. I got you.
All right. Should be good now.
All right.
How about, are we good now?
Get out of the tunnel. Yeah, we're good.
All right. Take three. Anyway, it was good. It was so much fun. Yeah, I wish I could still do both, but the Rockies, they like me on the mound, and it was they made the transition pretty easy, and like you said, it was just a fun year, trying something new. I think coming from shortstop and pitching kind of put me on a good path, just not overthinking things, and just getting up there and put my best stuff on the line every night.
Yeah, I was going to ask if you miss hitting, and it sounds like you do sometimes, Zach. But man, just awesome numbers pitching wise. And you came in here, and I don't want to make it sound like you didn't have any pitching talent, but it almost felt like you pitched a lot on heart. Just kind of here at East Carolina, late situations, needed to get your team out of a jam, and you'd come in and get it done. So, how much have you changed, kind of into an actual pitcher, so to speak? With the mechanics, the number of pitches you thrown, or is it the same as when you were here at East Carolina? How much have you grown? How much is similar from your pitching days here at ECU?
Yeah, honestly, not much has changed. One of my first bullpens I threw in front of the pitching director and the pitching coordinators. One of the things they said that you sure don't look like a shortstop. You look like a pitcher, which is a huge compliment. So they haven't really changed much of my mechanics. I have added a new pitch. I added a cutter. So I got my fastball, cutter, slider, and changeup. Split change is what I call it, but some people call it splitter, some people call it a changeup. So, but they, like I said, they really haven't touched much. They this year for me was just a big year just to go out there and get innings under my belt and, get some experience, and it turned into something a little bit more, which, I was excited about, and from what I understand, the Rockies are excited about. So, hopefully it's the start of something a little bit bigger,
No doubt. Pitching with Fresno, and just fantastic numbers this year. ERA just over 2 at 2.06, and had those 27 saves. And how about just 13 walks? I know that's a number that's good. The 68 to 13 strikeout to walk ratio has to have the people in the Rockies organization excited too.
Yeah, I've always prided myself on throwing strikes. Ever since I was a kid, my grandfather, who played professional baseball, he'd always ask me, what's the best pitch? And every time I'd always say fastball, knowing that the answer was going to be a strike.
So you knew the punchline, but you wanted him to deliver it anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of drilled in my head a little bit more. Maybe it'll get through my thick skull. But no, like I said, from a young age, with Jake and my older brother John and my dad, they would never, try to correct me or anything. They would just tell me to throw as many strikes as I could. And at times this year, I got in trouble by throwing too many strikes. Like in an 0-2 count instead of burying a slider. Leaving it over the plate. Professional hitters, so they're going to take advantage of a slider left over the strikes. But other than that, it like you said, statistically the numbers were really good, but personally I think I got more in the tank, and there's still room to improve everywhere.
Zach, I love talking to you pitchers, and we had some great chats with Josh Groves last year for the Pirates, and Sailor, a bunch of guys. But we talk about home runs, and Groves on every one would just about say, "Yep, that was a mistake. That was a 400-foot mistake." So you gave up what? How many dingers? 4 dingers this year. How many of those 4 were your fault? How many do you tip your cap and say, "All right, you hit a good pitch out"?
I would say 3 of them were my fault, and then one of them, I threw a fastball in and I hit my spot, and he put a really good swing on it. 2 strikes. I probably could have gotten a little more in, but I think it was like on the black of the plate when I went back and looked at it, and he hit it like 93 miles an hour, which isn't considered a hard hit ball. But we were playing at a small park, and the wind was blowing. I'm not making excuses. he put a good swing on it, But I'll tell you what, I had a guy down 2 strikes, and I gave up I threw a fastball in, and he was a lefty. And I think the stats on it were 109 off the bat, 475 feet. So, he got every bit of it.
Tip the cap to that one. Zach Agnos joining us here. Your brother Jake, one of my all-time favorites, and I love talking to you guys and the little rivalry you have, but also the love that you have for each other. I know he is just super proud of you, Zach, but also now you can say, hey, Jake, not only can I hit better than you, I can pitch better than you. How much junk talk's been going on between the Agnoses this year?
It was pretty funny. Jake's been ramping up, and he's been actually looking really good. Can you hear me? I kind of have bad signal.
I've got you now. Yeah, we're pretty good.
All right. But he's ramping up, and he's throwing these pens, and he threw a pen. I think he was up to like 93.5 or something like that. And it actually wasn't. It wasn't. Trash talk between me and Jake. My oldest brother chimed in and said, "Dang, so Zach really is the hardest throw in Agnos." and I'm sure you could picture how Jake took that. But,
oh yeah.
You said that about Jake being proud of me. I'm proud of Jake. With everything he's been dealing with.
Yeah.
He had another surgery in February, and he's really been ramping it up, and he's doing really well right now. He's feeling great. So, hopefully he's going to play in the Winter League and get some innings up his belt. But no, he's been doing awesome. But I'm going back down there this off season with him, and trust me, there'll be plenty of smack talk going around in that house.
No doubt. And so, is he still with the Yankees, Zach?
Yes, he is.
Okay, great. And they added Gross and Moylan at the end of last year. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they did. I think Moylan's back down there now heading to Instructs.
Good deal.
It's always fun.
What's it been like to see, and the goal is to make it to the bigs, and it's a dream, but certainly an achievable one, and we've seen Gavin Williams have just an amazing year. Burley has been a mainstay there with the Cardinals hitting the ball before he went out with an injury, so you have that dream, Zach, but you see it's achievable because you got guys that were in your shoes just a few years ago.
Yeah, with Gavin, it was pretty special. When he got called up, he actually called me, and, that meant a lot to me, and that really fired me up because, seeing what Gavin went through with the injuries and stuff at school, and, battling that. Just shows his perseverance, you know. And he's going out there and is getting a ton of help. And, you know, like Burley, you know, I got to face Burley, actually, in the off season. He came and I was throwing to live ABs before I went out to spring training, and he hopped in. And, I mean, it is what it is. He thinks he hit a home run. I think it was a fly out to the left. I mean, it was 89 miles an hour off the bat. I don't think many of those balls are getting out.
All right.
But you know, looking at those two guys and, you know, playing with them. You know, I played with Gavin for 2 years and Burley for 1. You know, it's kind of cool just to see, like, you know, I can compete with those guys, and, you know, I see what they do and I see what it takes. So, you know, kind of take some notes of my own to help me move forward in my career.
Talking to Zach Agnos. So what's your schedule like, Zach, with the season coming to an end? Because the arm, this is the most pitches you've probably thrown in a while. So how's the arm, and what's recovery like, and when are you going to get back out there and then throw some more?
I mean, I'm going to take some time off from throwing. I think it'll pick back up in early November. My arm felt great. I had a really good off season down in Jupiter, and they got me in a good position to you know, last the entire year. But probably going to head down to Jupiter. I'm actually home right now. I'll head down to Jupiter, I believe on Tuesday or Wednesday, then start my off-season program there. And like I said, throw November. And, you know, I'm lifting right now, but I'm not going too crazy because my body just... And, you know, was traveling every other week, so I'm trying to give myself a nice little rest.
Awesome. Good deal. Well, man, it's great to catch up with you, Zach. We appreciate it. Congratulations on your awesome season. Can't wait to see what happens for you moving forward. Glad to hear about Jake. We need to check in with him, too, and get him back on the show. He's one of our favorites to talk to, and just hope your whole family's doing well. The Agnos family has meant so much to East Carolina baseball, and I know that feeling is mutual, Zach, for you, and we're glad that we got to know the Agnos family and can be a small part of it here in Greenville. It's been pretty special.
It sure has, and like you said, the feeling is definitely mutual. You know, we believe that you guys gave way more to us than we could ever give to you, and you know, just such a special place. And everybody in pro always asks me about it, and I can't say enough great things about it. It's, you know, I say this a lot, and, you know, hopefully I have a pretty lengthy career, but when that career is done, I hope to get back up in the purple and gold and be a coach one day. So
yeah. Hey, Bryant Packard's back around, Zach. Maybe in 10 or 15 years we'll see you around here.
Yeah, I hope so. Let's let Coach Godwin do his magic and get the boys to Omaha pretty soon this year. So
sounds good. Zach, thank you so much, bud. We'll keep in touch. Do it again down the road.
All right, sounds good, Clip. I'm looking forward to it.
And there he is, Zach Agnos, joining us. Thank you, Zach. See you, buddy.
All right, I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Take it easy.
All right, bye-bye. Zach Agnos joining us. We'll see you coming up 3 o'clock on Pirate Radio Live. We'll air this interview. We've got Jason Nichols to talk more Pirate football. We got BB, and we are off, so I'm just talking to myself right now. Is that right? Well, sometimes I like talking to myself, and I just want to let you know that all you out there are beautiful, and I love you. No, that's fine.